Well, this week we've seen tactics you might want to use when you're losing a match and when you're drawing a match. Well, today we're looking at a tactic you possibly want to use when you're winning a match. So let's just dive in and see how it looks. Yes, this is our part 3 in a series of map tactics, apparently based on Mourinho's style that I found on one of the forum groups that I belong to and that I've been getting a lot of tactics from. But this one is called the Very Defensive 5-2-3-0. And apparently you're supposed to be using when you're already winning a match and you want to hold that lead. So as you can see, no strikers. We're not going to have a very attacking side at all. Very defensive mentality. This one should be interesting. So let's just dive in automatically with our 3 teams in a holiday sim with Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. So let's just dive in and see how it worked. So yeah, using this as a full season tactic definitely doesn't work for our 3 teams at least, or at least for these 2 teams. We'll see Ipswich in a little bit, but Liverpool in 6th place, 66 points, only 34 goals. Aston Villa in 10th with 50 points and 30 goals. This wasn't meant to work, and it definitely didn't. So Liverpool's domestic cup run out in the Carabao Cup 4th round, 0-1 to Manchester United, and out in the FA Cup quarterfinals. I'm surprised they got that far, 0-2 to Newcastle. And somehow they do get through Roma, Lazio, Bayer Leverkusen. They get to the Europa League final, but lose out to Newcastle again, 0-1. So yeah, this tactic is definitely not supposed to work for attacking teams, and it definitely didn't here. They did get runners-up in the Europa League, which is pretty impressive, though. Squad. 4 in the green. Yeah, I'm not too surprised. 11 goals for Salah and Szoboszlai apiece. Assists 10, the only one in double digits for Trent. And average rating, Allison up there with a 7.21. Yeah, kind of expected. Switching over to Aston Villa, out immediately in the Carabao Cup 3rd round in penalties to Brighton. And you get to the FA Cup quarters, not bad, but lose out against Arsenal 0-1. And they get to the quarterfinals of the Europa Conference League, but lose out to Club Brugge in the penalties, unfortunately, in the away leg. So yeah, I mean, again, it wasn't supposed to work. It definitely didn't here. Let's just move on. Squad, they've got, 2 in the green with Coutinho as a 3rd, but still. 13 goals is the tops for Diaby, 7 for Douglas Luiz. Assist, John McGinn was 7, and then average rating, Emiliano Martinez gets 7.17. Now the data hubs, obviously, this is what you're going to expect if you're winning a match and you seriously want to cut off any other goals from the other side. I mean, you're definitely going to be cutting off your own, but still, this is what you want to see. Liverpool doing a phenomenal job in defense. I mean, they've got a fantastic defensive squad, though, but you see 0.89 goals per game, so you're not going to be scoring much. 0.34 conceded per game, 0.48 XG against. Those are pretty nice numbers when you're trying to have the opposition not score at all. Aston Villa, yeah, I mean, it's still better defensively than usual. The opponent's passes per defensive action are pretty woeful, but still, 0.79 goals per game, I'm not expecting much anyway, but 0.79 conceded, 0.76 XG against is better than the usual. So yeah, we're back here, of course. 6th place Liverpool in the data hub with 1.74 points per game. Aston Villa only with 1.32. So yeah, you're not going to be scoring a lot here, and it's definitely not one to use all season. And of course, in a very defensive tactic, what do you want? You want fewer shots against. Liverpool in first with 157, Aston Villa with 232. You want a lot of possession to kind of hold on to the ball. Liverpool in 5th with 57%, 54 for Aston Villa. And you definitely want to have some crisp, clean passes. So Liverpool in first with 92%, as does Aston Villa. But now, since it didn't work for the other 2, I'm not even going to hold suspense for this one. 11th place is where Ipswich lies. 59 points, 33 goals. I guess. Yeah, whatever. And of course, domestically, they're out immediately in the Carabao Cup 1st round to Stevenage and out in the FA Cup 4th round to Brentford. I mean, you get past West Brom, so that's not bad at least. But overall, definitely not a season you want to see. I mean, they got some green, I guess. But overall, 9 goals for Connor Chaplin, Broadhead with 6 assists, 3 for Leif Davis. That is it. That's also 3 for Connor Chaplin and Donacian, but still, wow. But Christian Walton, of course, gets a 7.06. And yep, championship stats, Ipswich in 11th, 1.28 points per game. And of course, same locations in the chart as Liverpool and Aston Villa, but fewer shots against in first with 262, most possession with 54%, and best pass completion in first with 92% as well. So tactically, yeah, let's just dive in. Sweeper keeper in defend. We get a fullback in support on the left and the right. We got central defenders on the left and the right in defend with a libero in defend in the center spot. 2 DMs in support. We got inside forwards in support on both sides. They are not marking specific positions. They are just holding their shape. Attacking midfielder in support, and that is it. We have very defensive mentality. Attacking with his narrow, underlap on the left and the right, focus play down the left and the right, play out of defense, low crosses, work the ball in the box, dribble less. We have passing directions is much shorter, tempo is lower, time wasting whenever possible, of course. In transition, counter press, counter, slow pace down, distribute to the center backs and roll it out. And out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, and invite crosses. So yeah, overall, this didn't work as a full-term tactic. Obviously, you're not going to be using it that. I don't know what it's going to do for a Rotherham, Huddersfield or something like that, or Luton Town, but probably still not great. But this is, you're getting the lead. You've got the lead. I need to cut off as much of the opposition as I possibly can, switch to this tactic, and it could work. So maybe a mid-table team to a lower table team, again, a Huddersfield, a Luton Town. Once you get that lead, you're like, screw this, I'm done, and see how it works from there. But in this case, it definitely didn't work. There's no question it would have worked. There's no reason to go any further. But it definitely is one to take a look at if you want to hold on to that lead and just cut off all communication with the other team and just sit there on the ball and don't let them have it. Don't let them score. Don't let them shoot or anything like that. This is definitely one to take a look at. But that's it for me, Savvy FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.